And here we are on Terminus. In the bottom, the Red Terran. Something you do when you sleep. Known as the one and only...
MVP Dream.
I don't know what a fist has to do with dreaming.
I don't know.
Is he really angry when he dreams?
No, I think he just likes Dream, man. I think he's a Dream fan. He's like, I don't know what to say, but I'm a Dream fan. He's like, yeah.
And maybe they thought like sleeping was too passive?
Yeah, maybe so. All right, okay, up here at the top, the Blue Zerg, a member of the team Foyu. He is known as... All right, the intro got messed up. He is known as...
for you.
All right, there we go. Wasn't my fault, I promise.
It's okay. Nobody's blaming you.
Except
Team Liquid.
No one's blaming me except Team Liquid.
On Team Liquid, everyone's like, why is Wolf so bad at doing the intros now? Like, QXC's a right on target. Oh my god, Wolf.
It's like, replace Wolf with QXC. There's going to be a thread about it, I'm sure. Sorry, I had to interrupt you for a second. It looks like Dream went gas first.
Yeah, he is going gas first. And this is really interesting. There's a lot of different ways you can play it out from there. Reapers, Hellions, Banshees, Pre-Igniter, fast expansions. We'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Leenock's going hatch first.
Yeah, it's almost ridiculous to not go hatch first on this map. Almost. There are some Zergs that literally will they're like, I'm so tired of being 2-racks, I will speed pool on Crevasse. You will not 2-racks me. I don't care what map it is. I don't care how long the rush distances are. Making lings, I'm getting speed. But Leenock is not one of those players. He's going hatch first. He is. He's up a game. It's a huge map. It's pretty normal to do something like that. No, he's going to get in here with this drone. He's going to be able to tell by the orbital command timing, and also by the amount of gas in mind if he decides to check it.
The factory.
Right, yeah, of course. There's so many tells.
The factory is a pretty obvious tell.
All right, QXC.
I'm just saying. The factory.
The factory, yeah.
The factory.
Well, he's going to gas
and he does steal the gas. And that's not actually as big of a deal in general as you might think. You're like, oh, gas first? Like, he's going to need so much gas. But because you go gas first, when the barracks finishes, you usually have about 120 or 130 gas. And you have as much gas as you need to go straight to Banshees. It's really minerals that you need early on. But Leenock, one thing that's cool about this is Leenock can cancel that and use the drone to scout the inside of the base.
Yep. He's actually positioning an Overlord here around the right side of the map to go and check later if that doesn't quite work out for him. But again, here he goes, like QXC was saying, going to run around the side. Dream really doesn't want him to see that starport.
Oh, very nice move by Dream.
Nice.
Does trap that drone, gives him a big SCV fusion cutter hug. And here we do see he is going Reactor Hellion, and expect to see Banshees. I would bet you $20 that barracks is going to build a tech lab.
Well, I already lost some money to you earlier about the pen thing. I don't know if I want to bet with you right now, QXC. Well, besides, I already agree with you. I'm not going to bet with you and just like disagree with you.
How about this? We'll just exchange $20 if he builds a tech lab.
All right.
Otherwise, we still exchange $20 because we both lost the bet. And he is building the tech lab. Is not making more Hellions, though, so he might expand with just 2 Hellions and a Banshee.
Yeah.
I am just in this guy's head.
You just, you're in the zone.
This is my build, man. I, came up with this. I actually stole it from Drewby. I came up with this build.
Well, a lot of people steal builds. Like, I was talking with Tasteless the other day, and he made a build, and I was like, Tasteless, that was my idea. He's like, no, it's a Tasteless build now. You guys will probably hear about it on cast next time he casts, but
nice.
It's a good build, man. It's a PvP build. Here come these Hellions,
here are the Hellions doing a little bit.
We'll get a shot of it in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Hellions are just roasting this queen over here.
Not too much exciting going on at the natural. Except there's a huge battle, and, oh, all the drones just... No, I'm just kidding. Nothing's happening. There's just 2 Hellions here. Leenock does have a Spine Crawler. Speed is about to finish. And both players playing pretty safe, pretty standard. Nobody really taking any excessive damage from this. 7 drones being made.
And a second command center being made at the third for Dream. I really like this choice. It's actually almost a free third when your opponent plays like this, plays really passively, so it's a great idea to take that.
And one of the great things about this, I was just going to say, if you make a Viking, then with the Hellions and the Banshees, Zerg can literally not see anything that you're doing. The Banshee will prevent any roaches, the Hellions prevent speedlings, and the Viking will take care of overlords. And sure enough, right as I'm about to say that, Dream's Viking is about to finish.
Exactly, and these several queens here, isolating this Banshee. Trying to use these Hellions, it's not really working out for him. He's just desperately trying to do what damage he can. He needs to be very careful with his Hellions. I mean, burning an Evolution Chamber is going to regen that health. It's not really necessary. He's taking damage on his Hellions. He needs to be a little bit more careful. Like you're saying, the Banshee just grants a lot of map control because it can clean up the watchtowers as well. No Lings can really hold that if you have a Banshee over there. And might actually get some kills here in the main of Dream. He's got 2 kills. Does get warded off by the Queen.
The kills are nice. What basically, to me, it feels like Dream is a little desperate, and he's a little used to playing weaker Zergs who don't defend quite as well. Because you can see he keeps trying to poke in with the Hellions, keep trying to poke into the Banshees. Leenock's ready. He's not going to do damage with those. What he needs to be focusing on right now is figuring out what Leenock's teching to and macroing well. And Dream is right on top of his macro. You can say his money's been under 200 this whole time.
It really has. Leenock just now making that 3rd base, so he's actually going to start to fall behind here in the middle of this game because he's making a Spire, but he doesn't have that 3rd base to really support it just yet. If he tries to make a lot of Lings, Dream's going to be completely fine when he tries to push out, especially across maps. Hellions getting caught here.
Does lose some Hellions. And this is really bad because this is going to give Leenock, the Hellions, or the Speedlings are basically Leenock's eyes. He's going to be able to figure out kind of what's going on. And strangely enough, he didn't kill that Overlord. There's an Overlord by Dream's 3rd that never got killed.
Yeah, he actually sent the Viking everywhere, but just did not kill that one Overlord. In fact, that Viking got 2 kills only, and there's a shot of it now. Does escape with its life.
Yep. And one interesting thing to note, can we go to the production tab? So, Leenock is making 7 mutas, okay. For a second, I don't know why, but I looked at Leenock's gas and he had like 100. And I was like, how is he going to make mutas? But apparently I looked too late.
You look too late, Cooks.
Yeah.
Alright, so it looks like Dream's going to push out here with a decent amount of Marines, some tanks. Has to be very careful doing this, though, because this is really the meat of his army right now.
Yeah, this is really risky. And this is kind of what I was saying before. The Banshee needed to see the Spire, and, like, really good player, they'll know this is the timing for mutas. An even better player will see the Spire and confirm that.
Exactly. I mean, you can't move out at this timing without turrets in your base, and even if you do have turrets, it's very risky to do so, taking all your Marines out. Here come the mutas now, going to run into his main. He might actually try to target down a tank, but the Marines are ready.
Marines are there. Stim just starting. Stim feels a little late. He's not really going to be able to push out until Stim and Shields are finished, or at the very least Stim. So we're going to see a couple of minutes here where Dream and Leenock are both macroing furiously, basically.
Furiously, indeed.
The Marine does go down.
There's a hatchery over there, like we just get a shot of it on Leenock's natural.
Hatch.
Yeah, he wants to just make that hatchery. Really, this is kind of Leenock's style, likes to get that extra hatchery up before he does anything risky, before he takes that risky 4th base, although he is taking that 4th base now. You saw with those mutas, the army is just not that big. He feels comfortable to do that.
I think he put the hatch at his natural, scouted a little bit more, and he was like, whatever.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what happened.
I bet it was when the mutas saw the 3rd, he was like, oh, then I can take my 4th.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's going to take out these missile turrets, actually.
Ooh, that's really bad for Dream.
Yeah, Dream not having Stim really hurting him here. He's trying to run over these mutas, and they're just going to get away without...
Look at those mules just defending the turret like a boss. They're all over that.
Oh, he's burrowed Banelings here. He's going to try to bait. This is actually becoming a common Zerg strategy to bait Marines on top of burrowed Banelings and then explode them.
Yeah. I remember I was watching Moonin play, actually, against the Zerg. And the Zerg, he did a Ling run-by with mutas into his main. And then he had a couple Banelings with it, and he actually burrowed the Banelings at the top of Moonin's ramp. So he runs into his main, because, you know, like, you're distracted, you don't see the Banelings burrow. He runs into his main, loses all his Marines, and GG's. Yeah. I was like, what?
It happens, man.
Banelings, man, they're
People
good.
really are going to have to start making Ravens.
I'm telling you,
It's a good investment. You don't have to use scans. You can kill creep with it. It's just, it's such a good investment.
Yeah, they're
so
so
ridiculous.
good.
Plus, auto turrets actually.
Leenock not paying attention.
Leenock dropped the ball.
That is huge. And actually, what Leenock might do here, he's going to try and bait those Marines back over those Banelings.
That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to actually most likely.
Oh, and there's Banelings at both places.
Oh.
No matter.
This is looking really bad for Dream. He just lost a ton of supply there.
And he does have Stim. If Leenock can bait those Marines over the other set of Banelings... Oh, and the Siege Tanks are getting taken out, but he does not lose any Siege Tanks. That's really good for Dream, actually. The Siege Tanks are basically the brunt of the pushing force. You need a lot of them. It's not good to lose those tanks.
Well, Leenock has secured that 4th base like we were talking about earlier. He's just making a few more drones right now. He's up to about 77. He's not going to make many more than that until he makes other hatcheries, but even so, he can just transfer some of his other drones. So right now, he's going to macro up heavily. He has that extra hatchery as his natural, and it looks like he's going for a really mutalist heavy composition. He's got +2 melee attack for his melee units. He's got 2 more mutas on the way. He's starting to build up a pretty decent muta count. He's got 28 mutas out, actually, right now.
28 mutas is scary. And he's actually taking a base on the far right. And did he see that drop?
I don't think he did, but he's actually going to go in here to the 3rd base.
The Banelings kills some more Marines. Not as nice as the other one, but still good. And Dream just he's just falling apart here, man. Yeah, he's just getting outplayed here.
Yeah, he's just not keeping up with Leenock. Leenock's just shutting him down at every turn.
Leenock's doing a very good job of basically getting inside his head. He's got the Baneling bombs, the mutas are constantly harassing, he's taking bases. Meanwhile, Dream's he's on the defensive, his attacks keep getting shut down. He's having a very hard time really making himself known on the map.
And I think, again, part of it comes down to taking that fast third and getting a kind of a late stem, because without stem, like you were saying, you just can't attack.
Yeah.
What if he has Banelings? How many Banelings does he have? If I don't have stem, I just can't engage him on creep. Leenock's creep spread's incredible. It's very difficult to get aggressive on cross map when you don't get stem that quickly. Then he just played a little too passively.
He does clean up this drop. You guys, I don't.
No, there wasn't a shot of it. But there was another drop that
Yep.
Leenock just crushed with like 30 mutas. It wasn't even fair.
The Marines get out. They're like, "No, keep me in the medevac," and the mutas are like, "What's up?" I think that's the noise mutas make. And here we see Leenock's army being very aggressive, active on the map. Snipes a tank. Dream needs a Thor, man. He needs a Thor.
Well, he did just make 2 Thors.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. I saw him in the production tab. One's at the natural, and where his other one is, but like he's not using them. I don't understand why. Thors would be great in this situation.
Maybe he was leaving one in his main for that reason. And this is probably the most frustrating part of TVZ, is you're like, I want to push out, but I need my whole army, and then 40 mutas roll into your base, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, when the mutalist count gets this big, it's almost impossible to win. You just can't ever do anything.
You have to play very patient, very
methodical.
Yeah.
You can't, you make one mistake like that, you lose a siege tank. It just happens. You can't replace the siege tank very quickly. It's very important to not lose those tanks, but it's very difficult to even move forward. And again, he's going to pick off some of these tanks. Gets one, may get 2.
Almost gets another. Gets the PF down. And basically what Dream needs to play for at this point, he needs to minimize the damage done from these mutas, try and keep some things going on the map. Speedling and Banelings. Yeah, creep spread, thank you. The producer actually helped me out there. Keep the creep spread down to a minimum. You try train. Whoa. We'll talk for a little bit.
All right, man, just like calm down a little bit. QXC, a lot of stuff's going on. Muta's attacking dropships, trying to attack the base of Leenock that he's not even using. But during all of this, Dream has moved forward in the middle of the map. He's got a sizable force, but he's about to get sandwiched, though, by Leenock. Leenock has creep out here. He can see everything.
Well, this is going to be beautiful.
Creep anyways.
You ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
It's like a dance of death.
It is.
Oh.
The Muta's coming in here, baiting the Marines back. There are a ton of speed banes, though.
This actually isn't as exciting as I thought it would be.
Yeah, he was.
But it's still pretty exciting. The third does go down. The Lings running into the natural. And the Banelings can Dream micro. Oh! Oh, what just happened? Where did this come from? I didn't even see them. This is
anticlimactic, man.
I think there's actually a Ling burrowed with those Banelings.
Let me check that really quick for you.
Well, they died.
They
did
died.
And if we look at the 4th, Leenock is just dismantling Dream.
Yeah, he is. I mean, Dream is just, he's got SCVs and...
Wait. I got to interrupt you. Dream is going to have nightmares about this one.
Oh! So funny, Kooksy. Kooksy's actually the funniest guy I've ever met. You should make more jokes. You should make more jokes like that, Kooksy.
Those jokes are so bad, though. And Leenock is actually going ultraless. He's got infestors. He's getting +3/+2. And he's got 80 bases. Literally, like I counted them.
Yeah, actually, if you guys look at the minimap, some of the bases look really small, but I assure you they're there.
Yep, there are 80 bases that Leenock has taken. I mean, with his 90 Mutalists.
He has a decent amount of mutants. He did lose a lot of them, but another engagement over here.
Oh, can he micro?
No,
not with both.
Ah, GG.
GG. And that is it. That is the end. There's a shot of Leenock.
He's like so excited he can't even stand up, trying to like fall out of his booth. There he goes. Came out of there.
And now we're just, oh, there we go. I thought we were just going to look at the empty booth for a little bit.
Well, Leenock actually came and shook the hand of Dream. But, you know, we were like acting crazy there and stuff. And honestly, Leenock was probably feeling just as excited. He was just all over the place.
Yeah.
He was tearing Dream apart.
He was really everywhere. Like,
that's what when someone says that player just got outclassed, that's what it means. It's like he had no advantages ever. Like from the start his Hellions attacked to the end of that game, Leenock was just like he's like controlling the battle. He's got like strings on top of Dream. He's controlling him. He's like the puppet master, man.
I'm puppeting you. Yes, do that. All right. We're in the game. We're in the next game.
We are.
I don't actually remember who's playing. Can we check that?
Yeah, let me check that. Actually, because
I actually remember. It's
Noblesse versus Tassadar. But before that,
yes,
take a 5-minute break. Calm down, guys. We need to calm down too.
Sorry,
we need to just calm down.
We'll be back soon. It's okay. We're not actually going yet.
Talk about the heat-seeking missiles, QXC.
All right, let's talk a little bit about heat-seeking missiles. So you might be like, well, QXC, the Terran Doctor, like, what do I do if Zerg has 30 Mutalisks? Hunter-Seeker missile. Hunter-Seeker missile is so good. The problem is, like, if you just get Thors, you're like, I need a Thor in my main, I need a Thor at my 4th, I need a Thor at my natural, and you're, like, pretty slow. You have, like, 70 APM. You have less than show, which is, like, really weird. And then the Thors just can't get around in time. But one Ravens can move like Mutalisk can. And basically, you're going to lose the Raven if you Hunter-Seeker. It's guaranteed.
Yeah, but he might lose so many
It's like
Mutalisks.
Kamikaze Pilot. It's like, if he was Protoss, he'd be screaming for ire as he was flying into the Mutalisks. Because, like, the Mutalisk can easily outrun the Hunter-Seeker, but not if the Raven is inside the flock. If the Raven is like the Mutalisk queen, and it's like in disguise, and the Mutalisks are like, hey man, you don't look like a Mutalisk, and he's like,
it's like Raven online. They're like, you don't talk like us, man.
He's like, caw, and they're like, okay man, you seem cool, like come get a drink. And the Raven's all like, Hunter-Seeker missile, and the Mutalisks are like, wait, what? And they all die because they've taken like one Thor shot, so they're all down to like 60% health.
That's what it's like. That's how you use. QXC just told you about the whole build. That's exactly what it's like.
That's basically it.
You paint your Raven like a Mutalisk, hide it in the flock. It becomes one of them. He eats with them. He sleeps with them. He was raised with them, and then he betrays them. It actually would make a great movie. It would make a great movie. I'm going to actually direct it.
That was good.
It was good.
I really appreciated that you extended the joke there.
I enjoyed extending your joke.
I'm actually hearing like muffled laughter in the headset. That's how funny we are. The laughter, it emanates throughout the electronics, the interwebs.
The interwebs. Like we can hear Team Liquid laughing just a little bit. Like it's coming through our ears.
It's so powerful. Like on Reddit, there's like a thread coming up, and we can hear the laughter coming from it.
We can like hear the upvote, so we can hear like the thread like exploding with like 50 pages of just saying LOL QXC. It sounds like that. It sounds like a little giggle just like that.
Hey man, I don't giggle.
That was kind of a giggle.
Don't talk about my giggling.
Let's be honest, that was a little bit of a giggle.
And we're going to take a 5-minute break. We will be back with Noblesse versus Tassadar.